Esteemed colleagues, we continue our work. The Minister of Defense spokesperson on ATO-related issues, Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk. The floor is yours. Greetings, friends. And the events that took place yesterday in the ATO zone. So the situation in the ATO area shows the signs to further deterioration. The enemy doubled the number of shellings at Ukrainian positions. In total, there were 47 facts of use of weapons against our positions. The hottest point in ATO zone is the Svetlodarska Arch area, with the epicenter near Lugansk village. There, after the quiet night, the enemy resumed the shellings after 9 a.m., after the short pause starting from lunch, and during 24 hours, the enemy was violating the ceasefire many times, was opening fire from mortars, and after the sunset, shelled from artillery. Today at 10:30 a.m. at Svetlodarska Arch, the enemy, having completed the mortar shelling by the forces of 3 assault groups, in which there were 5 persons in each one. The enemy attacked Ukrainian positions. The ATO forces repelled the enemy, and the enemy had to withdraw. From our side, there were no losses. Also, at Donetsk direction, the enemy shellings do not stop in Avdiivka industrial zone. The enemy started shelling at the Ukrainian reinforcement facilities before the sunset, and stopped only 5 hours later. With that, most of the weapons used were grenade launchers and small arms. Also, there were shellings in Zaitseva and at the position Shakhta-Butilivska. In total, during the last 24 hours in the near direction, there were 9 enemy shellings. The main actions in Lugansk direction moved to the east to Stanica Luganska. There were heavy weaponry was not used, but there were many sniper shellings. In the rest of the front line, the enemy's provocations were not long. In total, in Lugansk direction, there were 11 enemy shellings. In Mariupolsk direction, the number of enemy shellings is the biggest, 27 cases of violations last 24 hours. The most of them took place in the south of Mariupolsk direction, at the front line from Pavlopol to the Azov Sea coastline. Most of them were registered in Shirokino, where the bands were shelling from mortars, artillery, and tanks. Also in the evening, the occupants started firing from mortars near Novotroitsk and had one provocation using the small arms near Starognativka. During the last 24 hours, and the result of the military actions, one Ukrainian serviceman was killed, 9 more were wounded, besides 8 Ukrainian defenders were wounded also in the result of the military actions. All these wounded were received at Svetlodarska Arch. We express our condolences to the enemies, to the families and close-bys of the killed servicemen.
Yet another militant used the Security Service of Ukraine program, They Wait for You at Home. The militant decided to cooperate with the law enforcement bodies of Ukraine the only way to save his life and to escape from his former accomplices. The resident of Lysychansk was on guard at the checkpoints of militants, but later on he escaped and fled in order to get the chance for peaceful life without about chaos and crimes. Now he is being checked. If the person has not committed grave crimes, he will be free. He will be released from criminal liability. Ukrainian pilots improved their combat skills. The jet fighters at temperatures from 0 to 10 degrees below zero in the conditions of frosting of place during flight, they mastered their combat skills. Yesterday, Ukrainian military men all over the country greeted the children on St. Nicholas Day in Zhytomyr region, Ivano-Frankivsk region, and the Rivne region. The military men greeted children orphans and gave them the sweets. The Ukrainian officers in Civil Military Cooperation Center, the Action Child's Smile is conducted during 3 days. Over 2,500 children are to visit the contest where they will receive sweet gifts and books on St. Nicholas Day. Thank you, dear colleagues. Are there any questions? We have no questions. Thank you. Dear colleagues, our next briefing at 1 o'clock sharp.